What's up, guys? It's Mr. Jamvin, and today we're back on the Pokemon Showdown server. Today we're going to be doing Uber Sunday. Now it is 11:58 p.m. Eastern, so it's still Sunday on the West Coast, and it's going to be Sunday for 2 more minutes on the East. So technically we're right on schedule, but for everybody else, you might be seeing this in the morning. My apologies. But yeah, so we're gonna be using this Bandit Eveltal team. Shout outs to FCO4. But guys, before that, let me make your day real quick. If you're struggling on the ladder right now, if you're having a hard time emotionally dealing with the losses, I have video series that will help you with that. And shout outs to my man VV, and this is a beautiful story. My man VV is about, I'd assume he's around 16. I know he's younger, high school, and so for the longest time I assume he wanted to enter OU, but OU is a scary tier for a lot of people because they know that's where the heavy hitters are, that's where most people play, that's where the most competition is. So my guy VV said, well, after so much time I decided to ladder in OU seriously. I just wanted to ask if his mindset good or not. Everybody knows it's 80% of the game according to Jam, and anybody successful in anything in life. So I woke up early today and started making a team. After creating a team, I decided to battle and reach around the 1200s. And he's like, I mainly play OU for fun. I never get past that. So after that, I lost 4 to 5 games in a row. Always happens. And it felt really bad as I was on the lowest of the low of the ladder. So I got myself together and decided to play more seriously. I promised to myself to not move until I hit 1500. I lost many games, but this time I did not get salty and played more and more. So this is where his transformation starts to begin. Again, guys, link is in the description down below about the mindset videos. These are critical to your success. After 2 hours, I reached 1400. Felt amazing. I'm guessing this is the highest he's ever been. When I reached 1400, I thought I would stop because I might tilt. Yep, usually when you hit a new benchmark, your fear kicks in because, you're now identified with the point you're at, especially if it's the highest you've ever been. Then while I was browsing through messages in the Discord, I read a message of someone saying that fearing a loss is the worst thing possible. It gets more bad as you're fearing a loss even without playing. So I played again, he lost, got down to 1359. But I didn't want to quit for some reason. It's funny, there are reasons for this, but I can't go into that in this video. Use another team, and finally, after much time, 3 hours, he reached his goal. Thanks to guys for the advice. So actually, funnily, I think he posted just now that he is, finally reached 1600 in OU. So went from 1200 to reaching 1600 in just a few days. That's just the power of the principles. Mind you, I don't even think he has the book, right? The book obviously goes into far greater detail, but he's gonna say what's up, Jam. So I'm just reading the what's good. So that's just I can't stress enough how effective this thing is, and I'm learning to refine the process more and more. So thanks to you guys for sharing your progress. Let me see. I didn't even look at my teams, but is the Defog, Sacred Fire, no recovery nor brave bird. Interesting. Banded Vel is solid here as we're staring down. Okay. Sorry guys, let me see. So Calyrex, that's actually a phenomenal lead. Well, no. I actually thought I let it Veltal. When I saw Calyrex, I thought, oh, I got it lead, perfectly correct. I have Veltal. Geo here doesn't solve anything. Right, and so we could be trading Toxics here. My Ho is too important to trade a Toxic. So with Hard Eternatus core purpose is going to be to guard against this Ho anyway. It doesn't really serve much of a purpose beyond that. T-Spikes would be nice. No Dynamax is in the tier now, so that's dope. Let's see what he goes for. Curse, interesting. So I'm assuming he has Refresh or something, because that's not gonna cut it, and he knows that. He should know that. So Dynamax Cannon, Behemoth Blade is far less useful on Zacian now. I mean, it's good for It's good for I wonder. I know I don't die to. Let's see what the EV spread on this is. I don't know the rule. I'm pretty sure Zacian cannot die to whatever he does. He wouldn't see Geomancy anyway. Calyrex. Very interesting. I'm wondering what his. Okay, fair enough. It's not gonna cut it. Lead sheet, huh? So I guess I said neck. Now unless it's like orb, I could see being potentially orb. So now my Veltal well positioned is gonna be very good. To taunt lead sheet, I'm assuming it's gonna be, that was obvious. But as I said, I have Eternatus. Unless he's banded, Eternatus core purpose is gonna be to check this, and since I have toxic, it's not something he's gonna want to go in. So the way he's playing the Xerneas is not Geomancy. Yeah, it's aromatherapy, which is what I figured. I'm like, you're playing it as if it can always switch in on me. And so that being the case, we're gonna start knocking off items right away. So we're free to neck here. The only play option he has is to go to his own neck or right. And so this allows for us to stealth rock first, because we're gonna be punishing that Kyurem, Zekrom. And if he outs sustain, fine. Yep, it's perfectly fine. As the defog is gonna come out here, so I'll remove his item. A little aggressive, but that's gonna matter with the stealth rock later on. As you free to flamethrower here. Necrozma is coming in, force that healing, and then force stealth rocks back in. So, but yeah, guys, I'm so grateful for the opportunity to have been put in this place. And what I mean by that is, for the longest, in my younger days, a lot of people think, I know some people think I'm 40 or 30s, so I think it's funny. So, Brave Bird likely to come out here. Curse, that's very interesting. Sacred Fires, it's not what you want to see, because I know he's trying to burn me, which makes sense. Problem with that is, PP stalling out your Sacred Fires. So he gets the burn. Necrozma comes back in. And so this is what I was waiting on. This is good positioning, as Yveltal gets to come in here, and I get to take away the Xerneas. Well, let's see. Xerneas, he can't afford for this to get hit, because I Geomancy sweep him. So I know he'll never let this get hit. But what I can actually do is, so I'm going to U-turn out here, anticipating the Xerneas, obviously. And then what I can do here is Assurance into the Necrozma. Now, unless this has Thunder Wave, from what I played last time, the Assurance does a ton. Interesting. So I'm guessing he's Fizz Def and scouted for Assurance. Or he just scouted for... Either way, player to attack it, force the Moonlight repeatedly. Because I know he's going to Stealth Rock. He has to. And then we're going to get to a point where we just Geomancy, honestly. So there's the Moonlight. And we're free to Toxic here. Actually, no. There's no point in Toxicing. Flamethrower is free. There's no point in Toxicing. We've used 3 Moonlights. Again, we're setting up for the Geomancy in game. Ho-Oh guards well against his neck. Unless he's going to just pivot stall. Problem with that is it doesn't solve the... it doesn't stall. Okay, so he's willing to trade for Ho-Oh, which is good for my Xerneas. So we'll max cannon and then recover stall him here on the BB. BB hurts, but Dynamax cannon does 24. Yeah, we can outstall that. As Calyrex rears its ugly head. Obvious seeds here. Substitute lead sheet. Interesting stuff. So let him get his lead sheet. His nasty plot. Interesting. I wonder what the roll on Sacred Fire is. This thing is quite frail. And so if Sacred Fire is a Oko, well, actually it's not frail at all. There's a 0% chance this is killing. In fact, I mean, not even waste time. Astral Barrage isn't gonna do. Come on, dude. Come the fuck on, man. That is so fucking stupid. That is so fucking stupid, man. That's an easy whirlwind. Matches up versus most of his team. Now I'm in a spot where this shit could really fucking sweep me. That is so fucking stupid, man. I'm pretty sure I died from Astral Barrage from here. But I've never shown, hopefully we get the KO, of course not. That is so fucking stupid, man. I'm actually genuinely pissed about that. Because now that damn thing is gonna be a problem. He can't go Necrozma here. Assurance is still free. Because he's defog knockoff. I mean, you can choose to leave the Yveltal and then get dropped by my Yveltal. That's really bad, man. Because he gets the boost, forces my Yveltal in on rocks, and then his Yveltal comes in, finds out that I'm banded. There are just so many things that went wrong with that turn. Especially because he attacked me. My whole can easily regen stall. So he's just be like, okay, I'm gonna just give you the Curum. Fair enough. Then just get the free switch into Necrozma. And I'm not lefties, which isn't good. I mean, I'm not Rocky Helmet, which isn't great. And so he has an opportunity to a Sunsteel Strike. He's not lefties either, so he's gonna opt for knockoff. And so I gotta play this differently than I expected. So he's gonna knock here if he has. Oh, he has Thunderwave. Okay. So this allows for me to knock to Toxic here. Yeah, I need to go Calyrex. That was too obvious. It's too obvious. But now I know his set. He's free to Astral Barrage here. I don't think that kills me from 35 though. If it does, then so be it. I can destroy him by overwhelming with Zacian. I mean, overwhelming with Xerneas, then winning with Zacian. We'll have to see though. So we'll recover here. Hopefully this lives. No, this thing is too broken and strong. So we're free to sucker spam as he outs for Xerneas. So he gets to Aromatherapy. I think because this is gonna come down to who Lux who, because I don't remember the role for Xerneas. Like generally Xerneas is supposed to be pretty defensive, but I don't know the role on this. But I have to go for this. If he's some random Thunderwave variant, he risks a lot. But like again, the crit on Ho-Oh just snowballed a lot because Ho-Oh seems to be this team's primary Calyrex answer since it's banned Yvel. If it was just a normal Yveltal, actually this would be a pretty easy win, because then I'd always go Yveltal on Calyrex and I wouldn't really have to be concerned about it. So I think here he's trying to decide, okay, if I sub any Geomancies, I guarantee lose. I think you always go Necrozma though. I think it's the best mid. That's if the role isn't, if the role is something that I'm not aware of. As far as, and I don't know what Aromatherapy Xerneas runs. Let's see if he stayed into, he Moonblasted though. Please don't get no fucking luck. Great. So he didn't get the, let's see, Moonblast is doing 20. That's perfect. So we can actually sub here. It's actually perfect. So that means Necrozma, excellent. Because Sucker doesn't break sub. Not from a defensive Eveltal. No way. It's doing over 25%. So this is literally perfect because now I don't have to. I just Moonblast the neck twice rather than having to Thunder it. And the hull is low enough to where I probably sweep. And Purple Gatorade is a solid Ubers player. He actually passed me a squad. Hopefully we can connect here. Nice. So he's sacking basically to get Ho-Oh back up to a point where it can live a Thunder. Because at this point he has to keep something that can take. The problem is if he loses the Ho-Oh, my Veltal just wins. Actually, that's not true. That's not true. He can win. Because if Veltal is banned, Xerneas, come through. I'm gonna need at least one of these to hit. Nice. Oh yeah, that's it. Oh yeah, if my hole was getting crit, you gone, bro. So that's game. Because I just Moonblast twice. On the Necrozma. This certainly is gonna twig. I am a modest Xerneas. And you're not even at full. Yeah, there was no way you were taking that, buddy. Moonblast. Good game. So Xerneas does what it does. I don't think Moonblast was able to play. I think if you had a status move, if you're gonna stand, you had to commit to that. So Xerneas said, "Yo, Jam." Hold up. Okay. So we're back. But yeah, guys. You know what has become very evident to me just in my ventures here and my ventures outside of YouTube, business wise. It's we view life as in like we view life in a. We have, I had this super dope quote earlier today. I was talking to somebody. We're getting 1,700 opponents. That's great because that's higher quality. Let me break this down real quick. The Veltal's core purpose in this one is going to be Bandit Knock isn't bad here, especially because I likely I might force. Ferrothorn's actually mad annoying. Yeah, it's actually mad annoying. But he can get Xerneas. I don't have Rocky Helmet, which would help Xerneasing people better. I think Rocky Helmet would be superior here. Because it gives that little bit of damage. Xerneas needs to kill Zacian with Thunder. Though you can get it other ways, but that's just a situation. I think Rocky Helmet is superior. And opposing Necrozma as well. What I've noticed is people are insanely weak to KOing Eternatus, and that's something I'm going to lean into. In fact, that's what I'm going to be starting with, but that's just something to point out. Necrozma, core purpose for his Zacian, can't let that thing get out of control, and then my Zacian's a problem, but I have to assurance his Necrozma. I'll have to condition him first or see if that's his initial switch. Oh, it's pretty much it's okay, but it's not detrimental. It's swallowed by quite a bit of his members. And then Xerneas potential endgame. So let's get this party started, as they say. As I'm gonna flamethrower this Ho-Oh here. Let's see what he does. Sacred Fire. So that's what we do. That's his countermeasure. Means he must have healing on one of these mines. If that's your countermeasure. Because he assumed I couldn't touch him there. That's why I flamethrowed. Could flamethrower here again, but also Eternate is hard. Interesting. Considering, unless he is, what's my speed tier on this? Unless he is, I guess he could be. What I'll do is Zacian hard. Okay, so Zacian forces in Ho-Oh has to Sacred Fire, so we stall out 3. So he has 5 left. If he has Toxic, he opts for it here. Actually was gonna go to Zacian there. I think that would have been a little better. So since I opted for Zacian last time, I noticed he's playing Scout. Okay, gotcha. Alright. And so my Ho-Oh is free here, 0% chance of a Toxic. And so perhaps he's just playing, I'm going to try to stall out your D cannons here. And that's the game I want to play. So if he flamethrowers here, kudos. Kudos to him. So flamethrower, Brave Bird, Sacred Fire, interesting. So let's stall out another Sacred Fire. He might have something for my Necrozma to wall here as he outstores Necrozma. Flamethrower is free, as I said, for my Zacian and my Xerneas. I don't understand why people just leave their neck in. Okay, my man is tripping, misclick. Okay, that makes sense because that made no sense. Makes more sense. Though his neck was gonna stay low either way. And so Xerneas, I mean not Xerneas, well Xerneas yes, but my Zacian just comes in because he's gonna go Eternatus here. I want to see how much this does. Cause he keeps going into it. Oh, he might be offensive. Yeah, that's why he keeps switching around. Okay. Yeah, that's offensive damage. So for him to get any real mileage out of this, he'd have to go to. Do I have rocks up? No. Let's defog here. Yeah. So his Ho-Oh is probably gonna try to get some rocks up here. Let's pivot Zacian. Either recovers or pivots to Ho-Oh. I could take this Eternatus from him with 2 Behemoth Blades. I'm curious as to what his other moves are, because he's clearly offensive, but I don't want his Ho-Oh healing, but my Zacian is too good right now, too good. And so I'm not sure if they're starting to run Sludge Bomb for Xerneas kind of thing. That's something I'm slightly concerned about. My Xerneas is walled by Ferrothorn. But my Yveltal, once I start getting it in, is deadly. Behemoth Blade versus an offensive Eternatus. So he just sacks the Necrozma here. Okay. It's gonna take Helmet. So offensively, as I said, very problematic. So now he won't get rocks for the remainder of the game. Ferrothorn comes in. So I'm assuming these are running Gyro Ball now, and this is like a max defense Ferrothorn kind of thing. Perhaps this is packing spikes. That would make sense to me. Leech Seed doesn't make any sense. But currently my Xerneas is built for the sweep. But what would I be coming in on? I'm thinking like, what would Ferrothorn? Let's just attack it. Oh wow, I didn't think it would die. I know I'm adamant +1, but I didn't think that would die in one go. That's a Ferrothorn. I think he might have been Spadef, which makes sense in Ubers. It's a little better to be Spadef. And this is where matter of fact, I'm gonna go hard Ho-Oh instead of try to pivot on me. So he Sacred Fire to burn that Eternatus, which should be his initial. Negate whatever leftover is. Oh, foul play. We'll take the burn Yveltal too then. I'll burn you too then. So I know he has to roost if he had it. And I'm he gets swept now if he keeps playing like this. So it makes sense. And so I'm more just curious what Flamethrower made sense there. You don't want Zacian coming in. You lose a mon and Zacian comes in. So a whirlwind here, meteor beam. Oh wow, that's cool as shit. What? Meteor beam. What? Meteor beam. Okay. Meteor beam. Interesting stuff. Which means he can knock out meteor beam, man. What the fuck? The strats. Wow. What the fuck? That's cool. I have a couple options, that's why I'm like hesitating a bit. I like the option most of if Eltal going in and going for bandit knock. I didn't know you could do that. Interesting. Zacian should live this easily. It's just a meteor beam. Yeah. I'm surprised he didn't Dynamax cannon. I think that would have been better. This allows us to hit chaos on everything on his team. Oh, it's getting dropped. I could wild charge. But if that's the roll, let's just charge. I don't need my health. Unless for the sucker on Veil. But Veil is poisoned, so it's a non-factor. And it's at what, 6%? Veil is just setup fodder. It's just young setup fodder for your boy. So we want this thing around. We definitely want this bad boy around. Now, a Swords Dance would be problematic. Neck. Yeah, I can't have this shit to SDing. He's actually slower. It's actually a speed tie. And so he anticipates the potential of me going into it. But I couldn't have him Swords Dance there. Especially if he's crunch. Me losing Eternatus, I mean, yeah, these Eternatus can't touch my Xerneas, we've confirmed, and so this game's already over. But, you know, yeah, when you see this horse come out, you just like pray. I need Burmy there, but I know at this point it doesn't matter. This is called prayer horse. When you see it come out, all you can do is pray. All you can do is pray. And so Xerneas is still as busted as ever. Still as busted as ever. But yeah, this is gonna be our last game. Yo, I tell you, like we went from 1700 to 1443. And this, I bet this guy's gonna give me the most trouble. He has the Calyrex, so he certainly has the pieces ready. It's a question if it's his Scarf Ogre. If it's not, then Banded Veil would be amazing as a start. If it is, then either way, we're not going to be playing. I'm going to find out. Immediately, I notice how weak he is to Zacian. In fact, he just loses to it. He just loses to Xerneas. Necrozma guards against his two fairies. So let's find out. Let's play. Is he Scarf Kyogre? So to cover for the, and he's rocking Blizzard. He's hungry for that 2-hit KO. I ain't mad at him, but he's not hitting another one. This guy right here, man. I bet he's one of those guys that will hit all of them, freeze me before he misses. Can't stand those guys. And so now that I have the Rocky Helmet, I can cover a little bit more for SD because I figured that was gonna come out. And because the rain is up, it's actually cool. I'll Sunsteel Strike in case he has. That's actually wise of him to do. I'm wondering what he's opting for. Ho-Oh would have been for Calyrex, but. Because Wild Charge, he dies. CC doesn't kill. This shit is so fucking bulky, man. How you living shit like that? That's what plus 5? Easily living too. Like it wasn't no 1%. Like eating it. What I've just come to realize is I don't have anything for this Pokemon. Yeah, what? What's up with that? So if he DD's here, all I can do is just watch. Well, if he's Orb, that's what I'm thinking. Like, would I rather him have Life Orb so I can Life Orb style to where his PB, or do I Moonlight? So he was Life Orb. So I gave him free DDs. This might have been the misplay, honestly. Depends on what his last move is. If it's Roost, then yeah. Okay, so he Claws. Again, if it's Roost, I mean, what would you have, right? It certainly you'd have Roost. I really want to go to my Veltal and just go for foul play, but like because he's so low, I do think that he would go for like whatever else he has. Gonna foul play. I'll just lose if he attacks. So he switches instead of just subbing or whatever he had. So that's great because now I look like a boss. And he think I'm not giving him the opportunity to do nothing again. I'm sweeping you. The moment I get my Xerneas in, I am sweeping you. Thunder. You hate to see it. So because of my speed, I'll just cannon here since yeah, I can cover Zern with Ho-Oh. And if Veltal's still high enough to cover Calyrex. Thankfully no para. That would have been important as Zern comes in. This pesky dude with his damn, because I could Toxic here, but I'll just lose Amon. Rather than losing Amon, I can just go to, I want to say Zacian always lives. Ideally I would not want Play Rough. He's like, what? Help me. What I was thinking there is like, I don't want Yveltal to be the last, like the only option I have versus Calyrex, because I'm choiced. And so if it's something like the first guy where he subs and all that, that's not a situation I want to see. That's not a matchup I want to have. And so if this is a, well, we don't want this to be a Scarf Spectral. So basically there, what I was thinking is, well, I'm trying to set up with my Zern, right? And so basically what I need to do is break a potential Sash out of Sacred Fire there, same accuracy as Toxic, and then that would allow, because if he goes Xerneas, I Whirlwind, and then Zacian comes in and destroys. I'm all with a regen back to where it can take on Calyrex. So 34 minutes on the dot. 34 minutes on the dot. So thank you guys for watching. Click the link in the description, pick up a copy of the book. Use the resources, guys. It's there to help you achieve your goals. I see it every day, man. It's just a matter of when you're gonna decide that's gonna be you. So plenty more content to come, but there's enough for you guys who are really anxious. I got some stuff coming out for y'all. So thanks again. Hit the like button if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.